What is up, guys? Welcome to the channel. Please like and subscribe if you want more content like this. So today I'm reviewing Boruto episode 233. So starting off, we see a man standing on the deck of a ship, staring at an island full of lights. Then another guy comes up to him and informs him that the governor would like to speak with him. We also find out that the man on the deck is named Lord Izari. The governor then enters the deck laughing and drinking. He says the day has finally come, hasn't it? Izari doesn't answer. He then continues, "Until today I've struggled to hide your existence, but I'll finally be rewarded for my efforts." Izari then asks, "What does that mean?" The governor replies, "You take the sea and I take the land." He then suggests living together in a mutual prosperity before throwing whatever he is drinking into the sea and walking off. We also find out that the guy who informed Lord Izari about the governor is named Jibiki, as Izari asks him a question. Izari is then shown with a fleet of ships around him as he declares it's time to depart. The next day, we see Team 7 in the Hokage's office with Naruto announcing that Kawaki will be placed on missions with the team. I mean, no disrespect, but Kawaki looks a bit nerdish with the headband. Also, we see Team 7 welcome Kawaki, to which he tells them, "Don't hold me back." You got that? I mean, real Sasuke vibes. Naruto then tells Team 7 about the mission. He wants Team 7 to escort Katasuke to the village hidden in the mist. As he says that, Katasuke bursts through the door, shouting, "I'm counting on you, Long Lord." Boruto instantly becomes distraught, but decides to go along with the mission. Shikamaru then tells Team 7 that they've received information that there may be a terrorist attack at the ceremony. Naruto makes mention that they don't know where the information is from, so he wants them to covertly investigate until they learned anything certain. Kawaki asks where the mission is, to which Boruto tells him it's across the ocean. To which Kawaki replies, "Ocean?" signaling that he doesn't know what the ocean is. In the next scene, we see Kawaki staring out the window of the train in amusement, as it's the first time he's ever seen the ocean. He almost looks like a dog who sticks his head out the car window. But being serious, it's because he actually lived in the mountains all his life. And I kind of like how the writers are making Kawaki grow and get more used to the village. He also reminds me of Naruto and how he grew up. We see Sarada and she suggests that Kawaki would love the breeze on the deck. As Kawaki gets to the deck, he gets seasick and starts barfing. That scene was kind of funny, especially when we saw Sarada's facial expression change. Moving on, one thing I do see and admire a lot is how much the Naruto verse has evolved in terms of technology. I couldn't help but think of it while Katasuke was explaining the details around the ceremony to Mitsuki. Also, when I saw the windmills, it's like every time I see Katasuke, I think about that actually, and that's weird. We see that they have arrived to the hidden mist village and Kawaki is still out of it. So Sarada suggests that he rest up somewhere, also that they'll call if they need his help. I almost forgot that they have phones now. Back in the day, they had to send birds out. As they walk through the village, Katasuke seems to get distracted a lot, causing Team 7 a lot of trouble. We then see that the ceremony has begun and Katasuke and Team 7 are late as they run through the entrance. As they get there, they find out that only Katasuke can enter. "No entry, you peasants." During the ceremony, we see the Shinonome, next generation power plant, which can be used to turn seawater into power. Also, by controlling the currents, it can transform rough seas into peaceful ones. I swear the speaker is selling it. He also makes mention that the land of water has constructed 8 Shinanomi units in the past 10 years. Then makes mention that the future lord of the Land of Thunder has traveled there to be with them as the crowd applauses him. As this happens, you can see that the future lord is not too fond of them. Behind the fence we see Team 7, who is also watching. Boruto starts to look for Kagura. As he's walking around, we see some angry people protesting at another entrance to the ceremony. Boruto then sees some guards and asks, "What's going on here?" To which the guard replies, "Well, a lot happened to get the Shinanomi operational." Also, he asks Boruto if he's from the Leaf, to which Boruto asks him if he knows Kagura. Immediately, the guy stutters. From there on, I suspected that either he's scared of Kagura or something is afoul. He tells Boruto that Kagura has been promoted and is now a special advisor who reports directly to the Mizukage, but for some reason he chose to be the warden of the prison. We see Kagura and he's walking around the prison. As the big man does, he enters a room full of cells, and as he enters he asks one of the prisoners named Bhutan if there is anything new, to which she tells him nothing new happens when you're locked up in a place like this. Then another prisoner, which is named Hibichigo, tells him that's right, especially since we'll all be living in this pigsty for the next 10 years. Kagura tells them if they behave right, they might get a reduced sentence, as they've started down a path that's different from Suzuma's. But these girls are not budging. Hibichigo Def reminds me of Harley Quinn. Boruto gets back to Team 7 and Katasuki looking disappointed as he didn't find Kagura as he is a warden. Katasuki then tells Boruto he can go see Kagura, which is about 20 minutes away by Thunder Train. Also, Sarada gives Boruto permission. During this time, Kawaki arrives as he's feeling a bit better. Boruto then takes off. I know Mitsuki must have been pissed because he couldn't go. Boruto gets to the prison and runs into Kagura, and the two start catching up with each other, sharing what's happened to them since the last time they've seen each other. We find out that Shirushi Hachiya, a genin of Kirigakure, who was a follower of Shizuma Hoshigaki, is still working diligently. Also, some of the members who were captured then, referring to the time when Team 7 first went to the Land of Water, are being held at the prison. I called some names, I hope they were right. So Shizuma has escaped and killed Kagura's predecessor, and that Hasaka and Oniuzu helped him escape, but were caught and moved to separate prisons. He makes mention that the prisoners still at the prison didn't participate, who are Bhutan, Hibichigo, and Kyoho. Boruto then alludes to the fact that Kagura trusts and believes that the three are innocent, and that's why he took the job as warden, to which Kagura doesn't deny. Kagura then carries Boruto to see the state-of-the-art facilities of the prison. They get to the center of the prison where the most severe sentences are carried out, and we see that this point is very much heated. We get to this room where they are holding a man whose name is Arami Fanato. He is the head of the Fanato, a clan of pirates and one of the oldest families in the region. Kagura states that they are specialists in fighting on open waters, and that the Land of Water has been troubled by their plundering for many years. He also states that 5 years ago there was a large operation carried out which caused them to successfully capture Arome. Since his capture, he has been kept inside with a high temperature constantly being maintained and monitored. Any moisture evaporates instantly. As he says this, Boruto attempts to go closer, to which Kagura advises him not to, as if Arumi gets even a drop of water, the consequences could be disastrous, showing how skilled and powerful Arumi is. We then see the audience at the ceremony getting ready to fly over the Shinonami. As this happens, Sarada is wondering where Boruto is, as she hopes he makes it back in time before they depart with Katasuke. We see the son of the speaker who is telling his dad he is going ahead. His father tells him not to offend anyone, as the leaders of the economic world are flying on the same airship, which is number 1, to which his son tells him, "Leave it to me, dad." The airship then takes off, and we see that the future lord of the Land of Thunder is not on the first airship, as he complains about the son of the speaker and how he gets to go before him. As the ship takes off, we see that parts of the ship starts to explode, much to everyone's shock. The ship then comes crashing down to the ground as everyone scatters. We see the speaker and he's crying for his son, as his son was aboard the ship. We then see Izari and he's sitting out at sea watching the chaos as it starts. And this is where the episode ends. I do like this episode, and I do like the fact that Team 7 is out and about. And the last part really grabbed my attention, so really looking forward to the next episode. But that's all I had to say. Thanks for watching.